What's up, guys? Welcome to another installment of Road to 32s. It's Saturday today, like a lot of days in St. Petersburg. It's raining and we have long cycle intervals today with double 33 kilograms, so 1 kilogram heavier than competition weight. Little bit scared, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through my workout from Saturday and give you an idea of what like a typical day of training looks like for me. And that's like what I really love about this type of when you do a really professional quote unquote kettlebell sport training cycle that's really geared towards improving competition performance. You really start to feel amazing after a couple of weeks because you just feel so athletic, because you're hitting all the different qualities. You're doing your kettlebell work, which is obviously great conditioning, strength, endurance work, and then you do that for a really high volume, and then you do your strength work, and you do your cardio, and you do your stretching, and you do your plyos. And it is a lot of work, but I haven't found anything that gets you in shape like that kind of work. So I started with 1 minute intervals, 1 minute on, 1 minute off, classic long cycle intervals. And I did double 33 kilograms at a pace of around 6 reps per minute. And I did 8 of those, like 8 intervals. 2 of those were 5 reps per minute, the other were 6 reps per minute. And it's a slow pace, but at my body weight, you have to get used to slow paces, because realistically, at my body weight, even if I do like 40, 50 reps, that's already all right performance. And 4 to 5 RPM means a lot of resting in the rack, so you have to get used to that. And I did double 33 kilograms, so kind of like specific strength training, if you will, just to make the 32s feel lighter. And so far they don't feel light, because I've only recently transitioned from 24s. Like I did 24s, then I did 28s, and the 28s felt all right. I felt like I could relax. And 32 kilogram is still very happy. Very heavy, not happy at all. It kind of feels like a mountain on your chest. So like using the heavier bells, like even heavier, even if it's only like 1 kilogram, you feel it. And I hope it's going to make the 32s feel lighter down the line. So here's the last set. And I'm just trying to survive at this point. Overall, I'm quite happy with my technique, and I'm just, like I said, learning to become efficient with those really heavy bells. And right after long cycle, we're going to get into jerks. So for those who don't know, like long cycle is clean and jerk. So you do a re-clean before each jerk, before each rep overhead. And jerk only just means you go from chest to overhead, and keep doing that. And that's, both of those are like different disciplines. And I started training jerk only, but I feel a lot of people who train long cycle forego jerks in favor of long cycle, but there are some distinct benefits to also training jerks, because jerks means you're going to put more reps overhead per unit of time, and that means like more, like triple extensions, more reps for your quads, more reps for your like shoulders and triceps, and you don't get the rest. Don't get to rest those muscles, because you're constantly moving between chest, between rack position and overhead top fixation. And for long cycle, it's harder from a whole body perspective, because more muscles involved, you have to clean and your heart rate gets higher, but your like pushing muscles can relax as you do the clean. So I feel for just developing those muscles and getting comfortable in the rack position and overhead, training jerk only is very good. And here I did 60 reps with the 20 double 20 kilograms just as a cool down. And after the heavy work, and I did like a little bit over 4 minutes, I think. And here last reps are obviously already hard, but yeah, that's like. And at some point, I'm going to train jerk only or biathlon jerk and snatch as well. But right now, it's just like basically an assistance exercise for a long cycle. And right after that, I went into deadlifts. So strength work, I did 100 kilograms for a 3x3. And I'm always now using straps on deadlift because a lot of the kettlebell work is so grip intensive, and I just don't want to bother them with hook grip, mixed grip, or whatever. Even though I could pull that double overhand without straps, but I just can't be bothered. And I always try to, like for strength work, use compensatory acceleration. So I'm trying to pull the bar as quickly as possible, like as explosively as possible. And obviously that's not a heavy weight. And you often, like I sometimes see people like say kettlebell sport athletes are weak because they post like 140, 180 kilogram deadlift. You have to consider that almost like basically all the time you see a kettlebell sport athlete do barbell work, it's GPP after the main kettlebell work. So they might have already moved 10K kilograms in kettlebell work and then they go do the deadlift. So if you did the volume work first, your strength numbers wouldn't be as good either. And the other thing is obviously that I'm not trying to max out, it's just trying to like get a good stimulus, good strength stimulus. So usually my strength work now is in the 100 to 140 kilogram range, and here I did a backup set with 60 kilograms for 40 reps. So this is more like specific strength endurance work. And that was it for the workout. That like after that I did 30 minutes of rowing to just like low intensity, zone 1, 2, to get some like aerobic base work in. And then I did stretching. So that's like basically my schedule. I start with like mobility work, stretching, then high volume kettlebell work, then some strength work, some plyos sometimes, stuff like that. And then I might do some cardio, zone 1, 2, and then at the end stretching again. So that's like obviously like I can't do that year round, but now as I'm like preparing for serious competitions, that's like my schedule. So I hope you found that interesting. Let me know if there's anything you want to see, and have a great week, guys.